your presence and your support of the honorees that we are going to be recognizing this evening. I am confident that you'll find the evening inspiring.
He said, okay, what I want you to do is run around this track. This one? You know, that's me. He goes, yeah, this one, just run. Just ran, no form, no nothing, just ran. Got to him, and he went. And he said, you know what you just ran? I'm even expressing it like he did. Do you? And I'm like, right, and he goes, you just ran the quarter in 59.99. I was like that didn't mean anything to me. That did not register. You're going places, kid. You're going, you know, and he pumped me all up, and that was how I found out that I could run back. I'm very grateful for this opportunity that Cerritos College did induct me into this Hall of Fame. I had no idea. I was in shock when I received the call. Also, thanks to Cerritos College for giving me the opportunity to see a lot of things and get an education. Without that, having faith in me, women's track and field, I would have never had that opportunity because my high school, Virginia Cheney, did not have it. And I thank all of you for sitting here looking at me. But I didn't really get a speech going, you know. I really don't know what to say, but thank you all very much for giving me this.
Cerritos College is proud to induct Vaughn into the Hall of Fame as a 2015 Distinguished Male Athlete.
I can guarantee all of those wins came a lot easier than this. But I would like to say a special thank you to the person who was responsible for me to be here. My niece, Alicia Edquist, who was the person who nominated me, unknown to me. And there were many people involved in my life, my baseball career, starting with my parents. My father spent countless hours catching. He would play catch with me, I would throw. And the support of my mother, my father, my sister, Brenda, who knows how many games she had to watch. I thank you. I'm her favorite brother. It doesn't matter, Tyler. I would like to thank my coach, or would-be coach in junior high, who cut me the 2 years I tried to play. Fortunately, it lit a fire that burns today. I was determined to make my high school team. I did. A gentleman by the name of Buck Taylor saw something that Coach Fernandez didn't. He recognized that I could throw curveballs better than I could hit them, and told me I should stick to pitching. I would like to thank Wally Kincaid. He was invited here tonight, and unfortunately could not make it. I absolutely love the man. He made it easy to play the game, easy to win when you do your job. And thanks for playing that part where I lost my one and only game. I told some of my teammates that loss will live with me and die with me. I think if I'd have done my job, we might have been state champions 2 years in a row. Wally Kincaid made it fun to play, I guess. You have to ask my teammates. But we just went out and did our job. No fanfare, which is really what's amazing to me. I was a member, 25 guys on a team. I was one. And to be singled out like this is just beyond my comprehension. I'm very grateful. My teammates, John, your SI director, told me I could call these guys out. There are a few of the 25 guys here, they're over in the corner there kind of, and as I call your name, will you stand up and be recognized? My longtime friend and high school teammate, Ernie Acevedo. Again, my teammates in high school, Wes Mann, Steve Runt, Dr. Russ Hill, and my pitching mate, Jim York. Some of you remember Jimmy played in the big leagues for a while. I didn't get there. Unfortunately for Steve and Jim, they had to go to UCLA. Thank my friends and the rest of my family, and in particular, my wife. She is the love of my life. She replaced baseball. However, I will admit, if I could put a uniform on and play today, I would not hesitate. I played baseball not for fame and glory, but for the love of the game. I thank you all. This is a tremendous honor, and the turnout is just awesome. And I leave you with just, because of the UCLA person over here, right on.
Elementary. And from there, I got a full tuition scholarship to USC for scholarship leadership because they didn't have athletic scholarships for women in the 50s. And even in junior high school, I was head of GAA and I worked at the park, and I have always been interested in sport. I've just always thought that girls should play sport. Title IX was passed, and we were going to, maybe the women were going to have some equal opportunity finally to have some support for athletics. And Title IX was not just for athletics and sports. Title IX was to give women an equal footing, and now the community college has more women graduating from college. Women needed a chance. Finally, when I was going to COA meetings, and it took them a while, but they finally decided that I could be called athletic coordinator. In the COA, I eventually was the badminton rep for the whole state, and men's and women's tennis rep for the whole state.
Rhea Black into the Cerritos College Hall of Fame as the 2015 Distinguished Coach.
Well, I had a big speech prepared, but it almost was said for me already. Mostly I want to thank you for this honor. It's really wonderful being recognized. I taught at Cerritos College over 50 years. It was really a big part of my life. And it sounds crazy, but I think I was supposed to be there. And I think I was supposed to do a job. Yeah. And the women have proved, give them a chance, and look at our athletic teams now. Look at the women that we've hired, what wonderful jobs they've done. And it really wasn't that way in the 50s. So it's really a big thing that women have a right. I want to thank, too, some people that are here today. There's a whole table over there of my friends, and I wouldn't have even known these people if I hadn't played sports. And a lot of them played sports in community college, too. And my family I want to thank you for putting up with me all the time, because a lot of times, I don't think I ever had a Mother's Day at home. I was always at a badminton tournament or something. And then there are some former students here. And I'm sorry that some of the sports that we don't have anymore, the co-ed sports were so fun. And it's wonderful for men and women to play sports together. I think it's a really good thing. And then we finally dropped badminton altogether as a COA sport. But badminton was so unique because we had on the team people from Hong Kong, India, China, and Bellflower and Norwalk. And it was really fun. We all learned from each other. We learned how to eat different kinds of food. We learned parts of different languages. And some of the people, one of our students here today was my former student. And in fact, she even babysat my kids sometimes. And she went on to coach the badminton team at UCLA. So she learned to play at Cerritos. So she really excelled. And there are several coaches here that are now retired from Cerritos that played on our teams. We had a wonderful thing going before our COA, but COA gave us some recognition that we really needed. So thank you so much for this award. I really appreciate it. I love my students. I couldn't have picked anything I would like to do any more than be at Cerritos all those years. Thank you so much.
Next, we're going to honor a very good friend of mine, Peter Espinoza.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. You have no idea how honored I am to be here tonight, and I've spoken to some people that I haven't seen in a number of years. It's been very exciting. But I do want to thank the Board of Trustees of the college, President Lacey, the board of the Cerritos College Foundation, my good friend Steve Richardson and his assistant Janice Cole, and the subcommittee that put my name in nomination. The video does a pretty good job of explaining my gratitude to the college for all of the opportunities it has afforded me. When I say I was rudderless, I didn't know what else to do, so I just came over here to see what was going on. I had a very dismal high school experience, all my own doing. And rather than spending time talking about the amazing career I've had as a lawyer and a judge and the people I've been able to meet, I really thought I'd just introduce and thank some folks and then sit down. I do want to thank one of my oldest and dearest friends, my guidance counselor from Cerritos, Marcelino Salcedo. Would you stand, Mars, to be recognized? What Mars did was he formed the first Mexican-American club on that campus, got us all together and said, hey, we can do better than this, and we did. And he's been an influence in my life ever since. So, Mars, thank you very much. I want to thank all of my colleagues from the Los Angeles Superior Court and some of the lawyers and other professionals that practice in the court for coming out tonight. I know there are other things you might rather be doing. I want to introduce my family. You guys are the joy of my life and my legacy, and I'm absolutely enjoying watching your lives unfold. You guys are doing amazing things, and your mom and I are very proud of you. I want to mention one other person before I move on to my wife. In 1970-71, I met my wife at La Mirada High School, and she was taking a modern dance class. And you should have seen her in those tights. And I used to hang around the gym waiting for her to get out, and the teacher used to come out and chase me away and say, don't you have a class to go to? That teacher's here tonight. I knew her as Joyce Dicker. She's Joyce Ricci. Will you stand? Thank you so much for trying to get me to go to class. I do want to mention and thank my wife. My wife is also a 1975 graduate of Cerritos College. She won the Academic Excellence Award that year for her work in the art department. She's an accomplished educator herself and an accomplished painter, but probably her first and most important accomplishment was she talked me out of dropping out of high school. And I stayed. She wrote all my papers my senior year. And so here I am. Thank you very much. Finally, I want to thank all of you here at Cerritos College who work here daily to improve the lives of students. I'm talking about the professors, administrators, counselors, and support staff. The work that you do is unheralded. Nobody mentions you. You don't get awards. You just come to work every day and do a great job for the students. But your work could not be more important. Through your efforts, the lives of young people are touched and changed every day, and my life is clearly evidence of the effect that you have on young people. I want to leave you with two thoughts. First, and most importantly, the relationship between educational failure and involvement in the criminal justice system is undeniable. When kids fall through the cracks and don't graduate from high school or don't do anything meaningful educationally, after high school, there's a very good chance that I'm going to meet them. And I'm going to meet them in my courtroom, and it's generally not pleasant. I firmly believe that among the many things that we have to do to reduce the state prison population in California is we have to begin reaching out and offering meaningful educational opportunities and training to the kids on the margins, not the AP students and the kids that are everybody's so proud of, but the kids on the margins. We need to reach out and bring them into the system. If we can prepare them for meaningful employment, I think we can keep them out of prison. The last thing I want to say before I sit down, and it's a shameless plug for the Cerritos College Foundation, but the foundation does excellent work raising money for students, all kinds of students, and money from all kinds of sources. And most importantly, I want to mention the Esther Espinoza Teacher Track Scholarship. If you'd like to write a check to the foundation in her name, we'd love to have it. And your money will be used to help prepare the next generation of teachers. Thank you very much. I'm so proud to be here.
Entertainment. Our next honoree is Beverly Sweet. Bev, like Rhea, was also a first at Cerritos, the first female athletic trainer. Not only did Bev capably take care of our athletes, but she developed a certification program for athletic trainers, a CPR certification in first aid classes, and a partnership with a college in Japan, all of which are still active today. Bev has also served in a number of athletic trainer organizations on both the state and national level.
I had a wrestler that stuck around after everybody had left, and he kind of hung around for a little while after he took care of his injury, and he finally said, you know, can I ask you a question? And I said, well, sure, what do you need? He looked at me with a real serious look on his face, and he said, why do men have nipples? I gave him the best answer I could.
And I ran into this woman about 2 or 3 semesters later on campus, and I said, oh, well, how are you? What are you doing? Well, I'm taking classes toward a career. Really? Well, that's terrific. And then I asked her, like I do all my students, well, did you ever happen to use any of the information that you used, or that you learned in class? And she said, as a matter of fact, I did. And to my surprise, she said, my husband had a heart attack, and I did CPR on him, and I saved him. And then I divorced him. I didn't know if I should say congratulations or I'm sorry. So we never know what our students are going to do with the information we provide. It's been truly a pleasure to do what I've done over the years. I've learned a lot from my students, of which there are a few here. For example, if I had ever been asked in the 70s what I think of an award like this, I would have said groovy. In the 90s, or in the 80s, it was totally awesome. In the 90s, it was bad, which morphed into rad. After 2000, it was tight. My grandchildren, Lizzie and Ty, just told me last weekend it would have been considered sick. But today, it's an outstanding compliment to one's career. And I thank you.
Our next honoree is Dr. Marijean Piorkowski.
But the thing that I think is utmost in my mind was every May going to graduation and shaking the hands of 30 to 32 students who are graduating, they're employed already, and they're ready to help our profession.
Council is proud to induct Dr. Marijean Piorkowski into the Hall of Fame as the 2015 Distinguished Faculty.
This really is a family, and because you've been so supportive of me, I want to give special thanks to several people. But first of all, thanks to all of you for honoring me this way. I want to start with Dr. Michael. You probably didn't know this, but you asked me what my grading philosophy was. I didn't have a clue. But I know now. My favorite Vice President, Morgan Lynn, who had a lot of faith in my ability and curriculum. Thank you, Morgan. And I have three favorite deans out here: Marilyn Brock, Adolph Johnson, and most importantly, Mildred Ikemoto. My partner, Julie Bathke, has assumed the chairmanship of the program and is doing a fabulous job. But I know Julie was out there asking all of you to write a letter, so thank you all for doing that. My advisory committee members are sitting over there. You know who you are. I really appreciate the support you give to the program. And one of them is our graduate, Oliver Dillapaz. And I want to thank my husband, John Piorkowski, for putting up with me all those years that I worked all those hours. And all of you for honoring me this way. Thank you.
Our corporate partner honoree tonight is Kaiser Permanente. Yay! Yeah, you shout out for yourselves. Since the Foundation Executive Committee makes the nomination for the Corporate Partner Award, I know firsthand how Kaiser generously supports Cerritos College through our foundation.
You know, I do mean it is a privilege. It is a privilege to work for Kaiser Permanente, and the entire organization is proud to be a part of Cerritos College and the Cerritos community. And we do. We love your students coming to our place. We love giving the money to the college. And again, I got to tell you, it really is. I really love being on the foundation. It is. If you ever have a chance just to come to a meeting, especially the meeting Steve puts on, where we give a lot of the single, just even $500. And to see what a $500 means between quitting college and staying in college is unbelievable. So to keep it short, Kaiser Permanente is happy and we will be staying. We're proud to be part of the Cerritos College team. Thank you.
Our final honoree this evening is Don Kanabi.
I stand between you and blacklist. Huh? Usually it's the sort of food when I speak, but I know what's on television. Anyway, I don't do programs after 9, 10 o'clock at night, so that's why I can say that. I am deeply honored. Linda, thank you so much for nominating. You did, right? Okay, all right. Because I thought it was for being Frank Mansell's ball boy 38 years ago, but I guess that was a joke. Mansell was still in the car. Anyway, I'm really honored to accept this award. As I said in my comments, I feel very strongly about community colleges and the role that they play in the educational opportunities for our young people, and the educational opportunities for those that want to make a career change, for those that just said, hey, you know, I want to do something else, or I want to study more, or I want to do this, or I want to study this. The community college is there. It's an integral part of our society, and probably is the most underrated system of all the educational systems that we do, the impact on the thousands of lives that community colleges play. You know, I would just say that, you know, as you look back and your role, I mean, I remember back to my days in Illinois, and I was sort of wayward myself, and somebody said, you ought to go to Black Hawk Community College in Moline, Illinois. They had no idea, it's nothing like the community college system here in California, but allowed me to take a couple courses, kept me interested. Then I moved west. Eventually my parents moved out here. They left the forwarding address that I could find. It's really special. And then I met my beautiful wife, Julie. And yeah, we just celebrated 47 years of marriage a couple days ago. Damn, mate. College was just formed 3 years before we got married. How about that? But anyway, you know, Judge Espinoza, his comments, Marcella, you know, I will tell you, everybody talks about homeboys and the role that they play, which is incredible in our institution in turning lives around. The program that you two founded and worked together on was the original homeboys. And you're being commended on that, on turning lives around for those that are on the bubble, on the edge, and there's nothing better than that, than education. And I just, again, I'm just humbled and honored to be able to say thank you. And I'm most honored, more importantly, to all of you, to the foundation, to the school, to the foundation board of directors, thank you for this opportunity. And I would just say, God bless you all. And to the board of trustees, take a deep breath. You're losing a good one. I hope the next one's is half as good as she is. This is heavy.
You know, this evening in your program, you'll know that we have a special presentation. And so at this time, I would like to invite Dr. Lacey to join me at the podium. Yes, and come on over. You know, it's all because of you that we're here tonight at all. It's because of your vision that the Hall of Fame is now a reality. And as Don said in his video, you will be missed at Cerritos College. So I'm going to say a few words about it. Okay. Since Dr. Lacey came to Cerritos in 2009, we have a very different look to our campus, thanks to her leadership with our 2 Vaughn measures. And here's just a partial list of the improvements to the campus from the Vaughn measure. An aquatic center, a beautiful Veterans Resource Center, automotive partners building, physical science and technology building, new facilities and purchasing building, the renovation of the Nancy Kelly softball field, the Falcon Gymnasium, I got to take a breath, liberal arts in the DPS building, beautiful building now in the corner of Alondra and Studebaker, our child development center, which I wish I was 5 years old again so I could go there, and now under construction, the new CIS and Math and Fine Arts Complex. Linda also created the Falcon Leadership Academy and the annual President's Reception, which she has been committed throughout her tenure at Cerritos College to instill motivation and improve morale and to really care about everyone that works at Cerritos. And so Linda, you doing okay? We didn't want you to feel left out. So we had a special Hall of Fame award made for you. So, sure. to Dr. Linda Lacey, in recognition of your exceptional leadership as Cerritos College President and Superintendent and founder of the Hall of Fame, September 14, 2000 through June 30, 2015.
Wow, this is quite a surprise. I was very sincere when I talked about why the Hall of Fame needed to be established in this community, because when I got to Cerritos, it was a tremendous institution and had so many wonderful people serving this institution. And really, it's a way to say thank you for all the people that have come through the doors. And we can only recognize a few a year, but look around the room and look at the wealth of love and dedication to this college. It's insurmountable. I'm leaving a good time, a good spot. The college is going to continue to thrive because of the wonderful people that are here. It's never about the president, it's about the people. I have no doubt you're going to continue all the successful initiatives that you have going. I came as a tiger and I'm leaving as a falcon. Thank you.
You're the best audience that I've had in 4 years. You pretty much followed my instructions. You didn't talk too much during the presentations, and you're still here. And so with that, we're going to come to the end of a wonderful evening. We are grateful for your support and your goodwill. We leave tonight knowing that these 8 honorees and Dr. Lacey have established a lasting legacy for Cerritos College. I hope of each of you has truly enjoyed the evening and has been able to rekindle some friendships and see some people that you haven't had a chance to see in some time. Once again, I thank you for being here. Your attendance really makes the recognition that we gave these individuals tonight that much more special. So enjoy your evening, continue to fellowship with each other, drive safely, and thank you.